Hi folks. I've just been doing a bit of searching over my videos previously. I was trying to find a video. It's there. I know I talked about an issue that I just can't find. Right. But the reason is, as happens quite a lot of times, just had a shower. While in the shower, I suddenly realised a few things because I was thinking in the shower what I need to say, because obviously this court case for the dogs is still going and it ends quite soon, but it's still going for now. And I've got to meet the social worker, so I was thinking, what can I say? Well, the reality is, one thing that I can say is talking about the fact I did a video the day after the incident happened. So the incident happened on the 26th. I did videos on that day, and I did a video the day after. Well, and the day after, and the day after, and the day after that. So, on the date, I didn't mention at all. You listened to that video, there was no stress. I didn't mention anything about what happened, because to me it was a non-event. Yeah, I called the dogs out the car, they wouldn't come out the car, so as I carried them back I pretended to be angry with them. There was an issue with Covey where she nearly fell, so I just grabbed at her and just held on to her because I know what's going to happen. It happened all the time when I had my dogs. Next door neighbour would let Floyd out, not caring whether Floyd attacked my dogs or not. So I wanted to make sure they didn't get attacked. So carry them across rather than let them walk. Because also, if I let them walk, they're going to go back into the car probably. So, yeah. So if I let her fall, she could hurt herself by falling, or she could just get back in the car, in which case, or she could land okay, but then neighbour lets her dog out, and neighbour's dog has a go at her. So easier for me to just carry her across. Yeah, I'll put it this way. When I had a walk after that, I took all the dogs out apart from Covey and Locke. I left them indoors. Because of the fact they wouldn't come out of the car, I left them indoors. So I did a video, I believe, on the walk after that. I will check that and then I can let you know. But that would have been on the 26th of August 2021. There's only one video that day, so you can see the video quite clearly. There's only one video that day. But at no point in that did I mention, this happened, and when I launched Lockie down the stairs, well, I have done so many times. She pushed the gate open, the gate then hit the wood, but when she went down, she started whimpering or crying, or I could see that there was an issue. I could see that she'd been suffering, that there was a problem there, that she'd been hurt. And so I ran downstairs because she was hurt. Didn't want that to be the case. Or okay, that happened. It wasn't bad, but it might look bad, and I know that the neighbours upstairs are going to contact the SSPCA. I didn't mention that at all, any of that on the videos. Why? Is it because I never mentioned anything that I'd done that could be questionable, that people could judge me on? No. I talk often about the fact I use the vibrate, beep and shock collar with Amber, that I weighed it up and worked out, okay, that's the best of a worst option, because Amber will bark at dogs she doesn't know. She will. I've tried to train it out of it. It's in there, and it's in there to stay. This is what she's going to do. So therefore, okay, I can keep her on a lead, but if I keep her on a lead, it means she never gets to run around. Okay, that's not good. She doesn't have any freedom. Okay, that isn't a good move for her as a dog. I can get one of those things to put a muzzle over her nose, which I tried. Did try it. She hated it. She was stressed completely every single time I put it on her. She was stressed. She would be basically on her face on the floor, trying to get this thing off her face. And that's all she'd do. She'd be rolling on the floor trying to get this thing off her face. She was crying while it was on, trying to get it off. Not a good move. because she's never going to accept that being on. So okay, and if I make it tighter, she can't get it off. She's going to be the whole time walking, just trying to get that off. No, can't use that. So therefore, having a collar which has the beep, the vibrate, and the static shock is the best option. Because sometimes the beep will get her to stop. If not, the vibrate will. If not, then if she is really having a go, then I will use a static shock. Not ideal, but I did videos talking about that. Now, a lot of people would be against that. Okay, I knew that. But I did videos talking about it because I'd weighed up, and so I did that. I did a video, the one I was looking for, talking about the fact that because Amber had conjunctivitis sort of thing, she had mucky eyes all the time, which was causing her irritation. I've got some eye stuff from the vets to use, and yeah, I would certainly say don't use that because it's really expensive. If your dog has an issue, go and get some stuff for kids, Optrex, stuff like that. Go and get that. If it's made for kids, it'd be perfectly safe for dogs and do probably a far better job, because it's designed to do the job in kids, and it does the job. It'll do the job in dogs. It's the same sort of infection, so it would deal with that at far lesser cost as well. But because the tube of that looked exactly the same as the tube of stuff I got for a wart, and that stuff basically burns the wart down. It's like it sits on top and eats away at the wart, taking it down. Because they look the same, I accidentally put that on Amber's eyes, both eyes. Squirted a bit in both eyes, thinking that was the stuff for her eyes. But then, because I was watching her, I saw her in distress, looked at the thing, wrong one, shit, get her in the shower, wash her eyes out. Yeah, make a massive fuss of her. Didn't mean to hurt her in any way, shape or form. Complete accident. That did cause suffering. Complete accident. But I did a video about that. I'd caused suffering to Amber accidentally. And I did a video about that. If I'd caused suffering to Lockie accidentally, I would have mentioned that in a video. So put it this way, in the last video I said about the fact of, and I mentioned this partly because I said in the last video, do I love God because of what he's done? No, I have enough reasons to hate God because of what he hasn't done. I don't hate God, but if I was going to choose whether to love him or hate him based upon what he has or has not done, I'll probably be hating him because of what he hasn't done. Because I know that I wasn't guilty of causing suffering, and yet my family were taken away. That, to me, is horrendous. And knowing that God could have done something about that. Now, as I say, I fully believe that God wanted that to happen for a reason, so that's cool. But did that mean that my dogs had to be rehomed? Well, was that a difficult thing to find out? Yeah. Yeah, me being labelled as an abuser of dogs, is that a good thing? No. Yeah, me having a lawyer who is the most incompetent, weak, pathetic lawyer you could possibly get, someone who should never be allowed to do legal aid work in any way, shape or form. Yeah. But did God tell me not to trust that man? Yes. Yeah. God basically told me what that man was like. Yeah. Before I saw any of it, God told me. Yeah. Yeah. But could he have given me a stronger, better, more capable solicitor who would be prepared to actually take it to trial? No. No. Well, for all that time before I went in to plea, I fully believed that God was saying, you're not guilty and you won't be found guilty. And then on the day he said to me, this is not going to go the way you want it to. Or this is not going to go the way that you thought it would today. Yeah. Yeah. As I say, so therefore, yeah. Yeah. Loving God based upon what he has or has not done? No. I cannot do that. And it's the same as I cannot love God based upon what he's going to do, because it's then a conditional love, isn't it? It's a love based upon what I get. Yeah. And so, no. Yeah. Do I understand fully the reasons why things have happened? No. And is there still pain over that? Yes. Yeah, of course there is, yeah. Yeah, because it's coming up to Molly's birthday. Very, very soon. And I've missed all their birthdays at least once. If not twice already. See ya. So is that a good situation? No, not at all. But as I say, I don't love Father based upon what he's done. His nature will never change. And actually, on that day that I go and meet the social worker or go back to court, it will therefore be a case, hopefully, of me being able to let God speak through me and to let him say what needs to be said. Rather than me trying to work out what I can say that's going to make a difference, because I have no idea. And actually, what difference do I want made? That's the thing. Also, the outcome, God knows exactly what needs to be done. I don't. But so is it annoying knowing that I'm not guilty, but I was put in a position on that day of pleading that I had to plead guilty? Well, there was no other option. If God has already said things aren't going to work out the way you thought they were today, when you go in, the second before you go in, he says that, then you go in and you're faced with Mr. Weak as a solicitor. Oh my God. And he's basically saying to you, well, the other side will say, and then you say to him, but it's your job to challenge that. And he goes, oh, well, yeah. 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 Yeah, that wasn't good. And put it this way, had I been more clued up on the process about what would happen, I would have pled not guilty, because I would have realised I'm not relying upon this lawyer at all. So I'm still going to plead not guilty. And if the trial date is a later date, then I'm going to do that. I'm going to represent myself. I'm not going to rely upon these muppets to represent me. These legal aid lawyers who basically can't be bothered to actually do anything. I'm not going to rely upon them to actually help me, because they're not going to. I mean, yeah. There might be a few good legal aid lawyers out there, but the ones in Elgin in Scotland are not. It seems very much as if all life and all ability with regards to being a solicitor or law issues have been sucked out of them over the years, and they're just basically waiting for retirement already. I mean, the lawyer I had, Mr. Tom, he's not actually that old. He's probably in his 30s. He's got a long way to go. I don't think he's going to make it as a solicitor, really. He seems so incredibly incompetent. And so incredibly that, as I say, he just can't be bothered. Well, yeah, I can understand if you're 50 and you get to that position. But, you've only just started. Yeah, I don't want anyone to be under him as a solicitor. I think he should be sacked. But then again, I mean, he lied in court 3 times. To my knowledge, only in my case. How many other times he's done it in court, I don't know. There must be quite a few times he's done that in court. And when I complained about it to that law practice, they wanted to cover it up anyway. Yeah. So, chances are, I don't think he's going to work out. Not as a solicitor. No. Well, unless he wants to go into another area of in law, which keep him away from court, then maybe he would do okay. But yeah, when you want someone to have your back, he's not the person. No. So there you go. Yeah. So basically in this one, yeah, the reality is that, yeah, had anything happened on that day where there was suffering, or where there was any idea of suffering, I would have mentioned it in the video. Even the point I just mentioned that, yeah, the people upstairs, they will do a video about this because they would have caught it on camera. There was no... I wasn't concerned. Because to me, nothing happened. Yeah. Because nothing did happen. Yeah, did I throw Lockie down the stairs? No. No. Did she suffer at all? No. There you go. That's... yeah. It is what it is. But, yeah. How that's going to end with regards to what the picture is going to look like through, you know. Yeah. It doesn't look good, but it's up to God. If he wants to change that, he can. I can't. But yeah, it doesn't stop me trying. It doesn't stop me trying to think of what I can say to change it. And I suppose that's the point. But that's why I said, hopefully on the day I will realise that, no. Best thing I can do is leave it to God. Because only he can change it. I can't. But being he's still having the sleepies. He had a good walkies. So yeah, he's having the sleepies now. So there you go. I'm going to leave it to it. Yeah. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Have a fantastic week. I've got hopefully a good week ahead. And be blessed. Be a blessing. And yeah, take care. Enjoy. Bye bye.